about the kibbutz and about our life here. And you can stop anytime for questions because there's never enough time. And so when you feel you want to ask something, just ask. And if I can, I will answer. And you definitely can ask personal questions because I'm here as a person to tell you about our life here. And let's start. So like I said, I've been living here most of my life. My aunt and uncle are between the founders of this kibbutz. It was founded in 1957. Today, there's about 850 people live in the kibbutz. Almost half of them are children, from birth to 18 to 12th grade. The kibbutz, you know a little bit about kibbutz and about how it was and how it is?
Yeah.
The kibbutz is the kibbutzim in Israel. The kibbutz movement started in the beginning of the previous century with the idea. If you have difficulties to hear from it, so we'll go to the side. Okay, so just let me know. With the idea of building communes that will build the state of Israel. Most of the kibbutzim, in this region, in other places, are on the border, and the idea was that we will live together as a commune. We work together, we raise our children together, and we also inhabit Israel and make it flourish. Our kibbutz is on the border with the Gaza Strip. We won't go to see the border because you've seen it, so you just have to take my word that my closest neighbors are from Sajaiya, Palestinians. And this is how I was growing. The idea was, it was like socialist idea, even a little bit communist ideas that was brought from immigrants from Eastern Europe to here, like my grandparents, by the way. And we were raised together by the commune. The idea was that there's no private property, not even the children. When I was growing up until the age of 11, I wasn't even sleeping in my parents' house. We were sleeping, you see these group houses, and the one over there, we will see it later. This is where we were sleeping. We used to have a nanny, and we were all being raised together. And only in the afternoon, between 4 to 7, we went to visit our parents. But the rest of the time, we were growing together. We were sleeping together. We had our toothbrush together. We got our clothes together. And the idea is to raise us to be very good in labor, I mean at work, and which we were. From very early age, we were working in the fields, in the dairy here, then there was a dairy here. So this is how we were growing up. Like you see, so even today the kibbutz is agriculture, but then it was more agriculture, now there's also industry, and now each one of us is also independent, can go to work wherever he wants, and needs to bring his income into the kibbutz. If we have time later, we can talk about it, but more or less, it's like it used to be, but changed. We have each person, each member, call us a member of the kibbutz, are more independent. And I, for example, work in Be'er Sheva with the Or movement that continue this dream, this vision of the kibbutz, and builds new communities in the south and the north of Israel, in the periphery. And I just came from Be'er Sheva to meet you, and then I go back to the office in Be'er Sheva and continue my day. But my income goes to the kibbutz, most of it. So this is, like you see, it's a very serene atmosphere. Everything looks very, very beautiful. It wasn't like this 2.5 months ago, almost 2.5 months ago, when the war or Operation Protective Edge, you call it however you want, I call it war. Because for me, it was experience of war when it was happening. This place, generally, the kibbutz, until 2005 was like any other place in Israel. It changed when Israel disengaged the Jewish communities from within the Gaza Strip, left everything behind with the hope that peace will come. And since then, we started slowly to be bombarded more and more in this area. At the beginning, especially in Sderot. And since 2006, when the Hamas took the regime enforced over the Gaza Strip, and the Palestinian Authority was chased out of the Gaza Strip, this kibbutz became a target. Not only this kibbutz, actually 21 kibbutzim and also some towns like Sderot, like Tupim, that became intense bombed by the Palestinian terrorists, and it's been going on like this, like it's like a roller coaster. There's times of escalation and the times when it's very calm. The last escalation just ended 2.5 months ago. It's nothing. It's we're still recovering in many ways, which I will tell you about. Now, again, you think, I mean, this woman, she comes to speak with us and she is talking and everything is so nice and we hear the birds and my cousin husband walking there in his workshop. But beside this, it's like, you won't believe me, right? In the last war, 4,500, around 4,500 rockets has been launched to Israel. More than half, I mean, and there was about 4,600 red code alerts. They explain you what is a red code alert. More than half of the red code alerts were in this area. I can't start, I mean, as we go, I will tell you, show you places that were bombarded and that has significance, but generally this place has been bombarded almost every day during the war. It was bombarded so much that at a certain point we had to evacuate our children and take them out because it wasn't safe to be here.